everyone, it's Dianne at Minerva. I hope you're all doing really well this week. And today I'm going to share with you the new patterns from Simplicity. This spring range of patterns really has something for everybody. And there is such a variety. We have trousers, skirts, tops, blazers, some gorgeous dresses. I think you're going to find quite a few that you'll love. There's also a few in there that have multiple patterns within one, so these are great if you're on a budget, so keep your eyes open for those. Now first up we have a Mimi G pattern 3064. This particular pattern is for a gorgeous knit dress. Now I think this dress is for everybody. Don't be afraid if you feel it's a little too revealing, because I feel this is a dress that you can wear layered up, so you can wear those sheer blouses over the top. If you like a bit more of a cover up, you can wear it with tops and blazers so that you're not quite so revealed if you don't like showing the tops of your arms. But it's a really good staple for the wardrobe. You can make it in a variety of colours. As we can see, there are two lengths to choose from, so you can have it just above the knee, or you can have it down to the floor for more of an impact. And also it's dressier if you wear it down to the floor, I feel, and you can have a shorter one if you want more of a casual look. It does need to be made in a knit or stretch fabric because of the nature of it, with it being so fitted to the body. So you do want some stretch in that fabric, or maybe some lycra, so do check this out. Jerseys would be good, as well as knits, and also any sort of lycra fabrics, and ones used for sportswear would also work really well with this particular dress. It's got a scoop neck at the front and then that racer back with sort of a squaring off and the little straps. Really pretty. I would also like to mention I've made a few Mimi G patterns before and they always work really well, and the styling is just so good on them. Now the sizing, we have size range 10 to 18 and then also a 20 up to a 28. So a good inclusive size range there, and a perfect one for your wardrobe. So this next pattern, Simplicity 3110, is one of those value patterns I was talking about at the beginning. It is such a good pattern because you get the jacket, the cargo trousers, and also the shorts. So you can make this for yourself or a family member. With the jacket, we have the option of making it short sleeved or long sleeved. We have a lovely zip detail at the front, but there's also zip pocket details on the jacket and also on the shorts or trousers. Now, due to this and also the collar and the pocket flaps, I do feel it's one with a little bit of a higher skill level. So think about that before you purchase this pattern. And maybe you'd like to try and improve your skills, so that's something you want to work towards, but do bear in mind it has a certain level of difficulty to it. Now there is also a drawstring at the front of the shorts or trousers, and this one can be made in woven or knit. Now I think it would look really good in a twill or maybe a denim. You can mix and match the fabrics between the top and the shorts or trousers, but for more of a matchy look you could keep them all the same. You could also go for a jersey or some kind of knit fabric if you want to make the whole outfit much more casual and comfortable. It would be a great one for travelling or want to take on holiday, and it's such a good bargain pattern, so please do take a look at that. Now with regards to sizing, we have a 34 up to a 42 and then a 44 to 52, so a good size range there. And also this would be a good one for making for your partner, perhaps, because sometimes they get left behind in our sewing journey, don't they? So a good one to make as a gift for a family member. Now this next pattern, 3108, includes a skirt, a long line waistcoat or vest, and also a lovely pair of fitted trousers. So the trousers have pockets, the waistcoat or vest has those tab pocket details at the front and some lovely styling, and we have a flowing skirt. So depending on how you make this, you can make it all matching so that you've got a couple of suits to mix and match and play around with, or you could make it in completely different fabrics. So you could make the top or vest or waistcoat in something structured like a twill or a sateen or something like that, and then you could use a viscose chalet for the skirt to make it more flowing. So you could mix up the way that you make this pattern and build a whole wardrobe around it. Some of it could look more formal and some of it could look more casual depending on the fabrics that you choose. So I do feel it's got something for everybody in this one. And even if you're a little apprehensive about making the fitted top, you could buy it, have a go at the skirt, maybe come back to the waistcoat and the trousers when you're feeling a little bit more confident. So it's one of those patterns that you can progress with. So really fun. I really love the styling of it. And I think you're just going to have so much fun making it. Now, with regards to sizing, we start from a 6 up to a 14 on this one, and then a 16 to a 24. So do check the size range before you buy this particular pattern. I also feel with the styling, you could have this as a really formal, special occasion outfit. So something to think about there. Now I'm going to share a dress pattern. It's 3099. This is really special. So if you have an event coming up or a party, this might be the one for you. We have this beautiful fitted dress with the asymmetric neckline, which goes across the shoulder and then under the bust. A beautiful detachable flower, so that flower does come off. So if that's putting you off, don't worry about that. It could be something that you could add for a special occasion and then remove it so you can go on wearing this dress in future. We have two lengths, so we have the shorter version and then the longer version has this side vent which comes all the way up the side. I think that is a really lovely feature of it. So you could make two very different looking dresses here. So we do have a concealed side zip, and I think fabrics for this one you want to go with something a bit of an impact. So we could go for a satin, we could go for a sateen, maybe a crepe de chine. A crepe would work well on this, I feel, and also velvet for the party season would be really lovely. If you like the style but you don't want to make it quite so special or quite so party season-ish, you could go for a denim or a chambray and then still have a go at that flower detail for maybe just changing it up. Maybe if you're going from day to night, that might be something that you could keep in your bag and then add later with some other jewellery and heels. So just something to think about. With a jacket over the top during the day, it could be quite formal. You could wear the dress in a plain fabric with a blazer over the top and then take the jacket off later on, add the flower, add some finishing touches, and you're ready to go out for the evening. So yeah, I think it's really versatile but also really pretty, and it has those special details. We have a sizing range from 4 up to 20, and it is in the Mrs. Petite range as well. A really beautiful dress. Next up we have a blazer, and it's pattern number 3071. Again, it's a Mimi G pattern. So it's a double-breasted blazer. Now this particular style, I think it would be suitable for all sewing ranges. It does say average, but I feel most people could have a go at this because it is collarless. So I think that is something that puts a lot of people off when they're starting out sewing, is making those collars. So you don't have to worry about that with this one, but you do get that nice styling of a double-breasted look. It has a drop shoulder, there's shoulder pads in it, and also side seam pockets, a button either side. It does have a hanging loop as well, and it's lined. So I think it's sort of gender neutral, so it'll be suitable for most people. It has a really nice classic style to it, but like I said, you could have a go at this if you're afraid of collars, so that might be one for you. Now the sizing is XS to double XL. Now I think this would look good in a linen. You could go for a gabardine or a twill. Have a little play around with your fabrics if you want to style this up in different ways. So that's something you could think about. You could make it in a lighter fabric for the spring and summer, and maybe go for something like a tweed or something with a bit of wool for the winter months. So we've also got vegan wools at Minerva, so please do take a look at those if you're looking for something warmer for the winter months. I really think if you want to add a jacket or a blazer to your wardrobe, this might just be the pattern for you. Next up we have a casual top or tunic. It's pattern number 3068. Now this particular top has the lovely look of a shirt while being a bit looser and a bit more casual. So we do have a partial placket to the front with snap fasteners, and this detail is also carried into the side because we have that lovely side vent with the detailing of the snaps on there as well. I think this really gives it something extra. We have a long sleeve with a traditional cuff, and we have a fold down collar. So the details of the collar and the patch pockets make it look more like a traditional shirt, but we do have that element of the side vent and the loose fit of it overall, so it's a little bit more casual. So it does say that it can be made in woven or a knit fabric, so that's up to you whether you use something like a cotton lawn, maybe a shirting. Again, we can use denim and chambray, but we could also use a knit fabric if we'd like it to have more of a comfy, cozy feel. So the sizing is from an XS up to a double XL. So I think this would be one that would suit everybody, and it's for average sewing ability. The main details are the cuffs, collar and placket. So if you're worried, that is something to think about, but you may wish to challenge yourself and have a little go at this one. You could opt to leave off the cuffs, I feel, and make it into a short sleeve if you want to just leave that extra detail out. Here we have a beautiful dress pattern. It's pattern number 3097. Now there are 3 styles that you can make this dress in. So we have 3 lengths, and we also have the addition of pocket flaps on 2 of them, and also a fold back flap sleeve at the top. Now it can be made in a woven or a stretch fabric, so this will depend on the look of your dress, what you're going for. If you're going for something more formal, you might want to go for a woven fabric. You might want to try a crepe, a sateen, a crepe de chine, something like that, maybe a cotton lawn for the summer. You may want to try something like a ponte or a jersey, a viscose jersey, something like that, if you'd like a more casual look for the summer months or just for more casual days around the home. So think about what you're making this pattern for. Is it for formal? Is it for a holiday? Or is it for everyday wear? I think the shorter version without the pocket detail would look really nice for just an everyday dress. So we do have that V-neck. I think it looks really comfortable as well. So it has a zip closure to the back. It's an average ability pattern. So there are a few little skills that we need for this. We're working with panelled seams, we're working with pocket details, and it does have a fitted look to it. So bear this in mind before opting for this particular pattern choice, but it's a great one to work on with your abilities. Go for the simple option and then add those details on later on when you've developed your skills. The size range goes from an 8 up to a 26. So it's really size inclusive, and I think it's just a really lovely versatile dress, one that would suit any wardrobe. This next pattern is really special. It's 3085 and it's the Madeline corset dress. So this dress is a really in-depth make, but it's really beautiful. So we have a full knit length skirt, and this has lace godettes within the skirt. We also have a lingerie constructed bodice. Now this bodice has foam line cups, it has boning, underwiring, we have velvet trim to the cups and to the bodice. There are lace inserts, we have adjustable straps, hook and eye fastener, we also have a zip. There's a wide elastic at the waist. There is a lot going on. Now it does say it's average ability. I would put this at a bit more advanced personally, just because the level of detail in there, but I do feel that the end result is really stunning and really beautiful. So if it's one way you want to up your skills and really try something a little bit more in depth, this may be for you. So you will need that stretch knit fabric for the skirt and part of the back of the upper body. All those other elements, of course, you need to bear in mind. So the foam cups, the lace, the velvet trim, the boning, the underwiring. We also have adjustable straps here, as you do on bra and other lingerie, with the sliders and loops. So you do need to think about all these little elements that you will need to purchase for this particular dress, but I think it's well worth the time and the investment to make something like this. It's a bit of a showpiece, a bit of a showstopper. So we go from XS to XL in sizing, and then we go from a 1X to a 5X. So there's quite a good size range coverage right here. I think you'll agree it's really beautiful. So If you're looking for something a little bit special, this may just be the pattern for you. Moving on, we have a traditional looking suit with this next pattern. And here we have a more traditional blazer. This time we have the full collar. It has princess seams, a slightly flared sleeve, shoulder pads, and it's fully lined. We do have that double-breasted look, but this time with the 4-button fastener. So this is more of a traditional jacket if that last one that I shared was not for you. And then we have the wide leg trousers with the belt loops and the front fly opening. We also have pockets. So this is more of a traditional looking suit, but you can mix it up and wear them separately. Now, I do love the bold colours in the designs shown here, but of course you can make it in more muted tones for workwear or for a more casual look during the day. So it is for woven fabrics. So again, we can be going for things like gabardine, twill, and then in the winter we can choose something with a bit of wool, maybe a tweed look. There are lots of options to choose from, so do have a look at the fabrics, think what would be best for you and your particular lifestyle. But I think it would be a good one to make in a really bright colour, just to liven up all those other sort of muted or plain black separates, and then maybe make it in something more neutral like a beige or a stone to go with your everyday wear. Because I think this could be worn every day just to give a bit of a smart feel to jeans and a plain white t-shirt, and then make a bold one for going out in the evenings or with a pair of trousers for a special event. I think it's a really lovely pattern and it's sort of got that classic timeless feel about it, this one. So while you could wear the trousers every day in sort of neutral colours, wear it as a suit and it just really gives an impact if you wear it in a sort of bold red or a teal like the ones shown just here. Now the sizing, a 10 up to a size 28, so a really lovely size inclusive pattern, and I think it's got some really nice details and you'll enjoy making this one. Now finally we're going to finish with a top. So it's pattern number 3103 and it is a funnel neck top. Now there are different views you can make to this particular top, but the first one you cut it on the bias. We also have the option to make it with a long sleeve or a short sleeve. The short sleeve has the button detail here and the long sleeve has the full traditional cuff. It also has a zip at the back. Now we can make this in a cotton, a poplin or a rayon. Have a little think about what kind of fabrics will go with your other clothing. What sort of level of comfort do you want to make this blouse in? Is it more formal and structured, or do you want it sort of comfy cozy for around the home? So that's something to think about when you're making things, is also the comfort level of your fabrics, not just the look. Now I do love this particular top because I love that styling of this high neck here and the option to have those 2 sleeve details. So that does give you lots of options to make it in lots of different ways. It's an average ability. Most people would be able to have a go at this, I feel, because you could make the short sleeve version progress again to the long sleeve with the cuff at a later date if you're not up to it just yet. But it is one that's just a staple. It has a simple look, but it's really classic and stylish, and it would just go with anything. Now the sizing ranges from a size 4 up to a 22. Well, I hope you've enjoyed looking through those patterns today and found a few that you really love. I think with the right choices you could build a whole wardrobe around a few of these. Collectively they would just make up so many different looks. So I look forward to seeing what you've made. Remember to share any of your makes here at Minerva. Create a free online account. We love to see what you've been making, and of course take a look at the Minerva Craft Club if you'd like to get 10% off all your orders for the coming year. That's all from me for today, but I hope to be back soon with more sewing inspiration for you. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye for now.